feeling so fine. Oh, we're rhyming.
Are you?
I really am.
I didn't even mind that one.
Oh, good.
Because you sang it.
Yes, maybe that's it.
Hi.
Hi, Suze.
Episode 367.
Yes.
How you feeling?
Super good. It's like a good...
Cheers.
Cheers.
By the way, we're
drinking. Gosh. We're doing it.
Is this like your first glass of the day, though?
Yeah, well, truth, I went to brunch.
Well, yeah, it's fine.
So, I had some really great white wine sangria.
Definitely not my first glass.
All right. Okay. Glad we're both the same. Okay, for the record, it's 4:30, so it's not
that doesn't make it better.
No,
that
it's not like it's 11.
Worse.
Does it?
Yeah, because if you were
dinner time.
It's 8 p.m.
Oh, okay.
That'd be different.
Right.
But we're
it's
conditioned.
4. And it's a weekend. It's Saturday. It's,
So cheers. We're going to be wasted, you guys.
Woo! And it was it's been 6 hours since I had that drink. So
I saw you in Pittsburgh. Mm-hmm. This is our first time together since then.
Yes.
How did you feel about your trip? Yours was a whirlwind.
I loved it though.
Okay, it didn't bother you.
Oh my gosh, people out there. Susie and I have the best weather luck.
Yeah, that was
good.
That
was insane. Mm-hmm. It was pouring down being from Southern California, that was torrential downpour for me. And I was like, oh my God, stay inside.
Yeah,
people.
When you were leaving, it rained, and you were like, we really dodged a bullet there.
Yes, I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, we did get
sunshine
lucky.
And great days, and I'm walking around in a freaking tank top in Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Good food, good company.
This time of year, you never know what you're going to get.
Yeah.
It could be fucking 90 degrees for Linda, or it might be shiver me timbers, snowsuit season.
Right.
So we got lucky.
Love it.
What did you think of the event?
I loved it. It's so great to see all of our brain candy brainiacs who come out for us.
Can you believe?
I'm obsessed with all of them, and they're the best.
They're so nice.
And I feel like they just are our crew now.
It's almost weird how polite they are.
They're the best.
They're not aggressive in any way.
I love it.
They're all it's maybe because they tend to be introverts, people that like us for some reason. Why is that? Because we like books?
Yeah, maybe, and because I think we talk a lot about how it's okay to, not, I don't know, to kind of own that.
Yeah, embrace the nerdiness or whatever.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And we talk about, I talk a lot about my social anxiety and stuff like that, and I think it kind of normalizes it.
Yeah, because I have it so bad. Yeah. I want to actually talk to a physician because it is increasing.
Oh, okay.
What is that?
The social anxiety part?
Yeah.
Sometimes it's just practice makes perfect kind of thing. That the more we are social and socially engaged, the less social anxiety we have because we've become used to it. So, if there aren't a lot of opportunities to be but you're pretty social.
I know. I feel like I am, but I don't know. Yeah. It must be
just tolerance for humans just decreasing with age.
Maybe a little bit because I am mad all the time. And travel is worse.
Well, that's for sure.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah. I definitely had that feeling of wow, it's different to travel for work than it is for pleasure. And there's, what's that about?
I don't know, but I'm miserable. I need to sort it out. I need some sort of I told you I needed one of those beta blockers that you use when you get nervous in public. I never had this problem.
Right.
Whatever. I'm falling apart here, people. That's what I'm trying to say.
But I did I was talking with my supervisor recently. We were talking about emotions and kind of what happens when you don't get the chance to express them.
Yeah.
And how anxiety is the feeling that comes from the inability to express emotions as we experience them. And when they kind of live inside of us, it creates anxiety. And that anxiety then creates kind of illness down the road where it's heart problems or cancer or, all of those symptoms of stress.
Yeah.
And so if we kind of unroute, go work backwards from that and work on the expression of emotions as you feel them and being able to really say what am I feeling? How am I feeling? How can I communicate this and just be okay with just sharing, then those feelings of anxiety can go away.
You are so right.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah. I was just telling Peg,
well, my
too.
supervisor's so right. This is but I'll take all the credit.
But that is correct.
Yeah.
I was just telling Peg, I'm I'm really worried about my long-term health because of the amount of years that I've been under intense stress. It's just terrible for your body.
It really is. I notice it on my skin.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure, and I was talking to a friend about this, that when everybody kind of has different symptoms of it.
Well, you said the body keeps score, and you're right.
It does.
It knows what's cooking.
Yep. And usually there's a place in your body that you kind of store it, whether it's your stomach or gastrointestinal problems.
Totally.
Or it all. So we got to learn how to be okay expressing ourselves, and to the right people who are going to allow us to share that and like embrace us with unconditional love and say like, yeah, you're a human and I love you for that. And I'm here. And what can I do to support you?
Yes.
Which I'm here for you, Susie.
Thank you,
in all
Sarah.
those ways.
That's
Anytime
so
you want to share
nice.
your emotions. And it's like going through a tunnel, you know, like I experienced this when I had a miscarriage, and I never really tapped into I didn't ever let myself feel sad until, you know, probably like a year afterwards.
Yeah.
When I was working with a therapist, she's like, you got to feel this. Mm-hmm. Right now, you haven't really.
Well, you were like my mom, where she, for years until very recently, believed like you just should be positive all the time. Mm-hmm. It's like the joy in that
so
inside
right.
out.
Yes, which is me.
Yeah,
totally.
And that's such a nice sentiment.
Right.
But then I told you she discovered, or she was reminded of that Bible verse about there's a season for celebration, there's a season for mourning, and that you are allowed to be sad sometimes.
Yes.
So she gave herself permission.
Absolutely. And that was I needed somebody else to give me that permission.
Yeah.
And when I allowed myself to do that, it was like I would drive through, it's like driving through a tunnel. In the middle, it gets really dark and scary and you can't see the light at the other end. So you're like, forget this, I'm turning around and I'm going back. But you never really go through it because it's so scary. And it's funny you even mentioned Inside Out, because that's my go-to movie when I feel like that, because it tells me, it like reiterates the importance of sadness and its role. And I'm like, sadness is the most important thing.
Right.
I have a great throwback picture to post when we talk about this, when this episode airs.
You, what was I going to say? We have these personas that people have embraced because they're funny, where you're super positive and I'm like crabby. But the truth is that my persona throughout my life has always been yours. Like,
right.
You know, making people happy. And I think when you have messed up parents, then you do that because you want to make everyone happy.
Correct.
And maybe even more when you have five siblings.
Right.
You know, there's 5 of us. So
Totally.
I was the youngest and you want to make people laugh. And
yes.
Anyway, so now I'm going to be real sad and bitchy all the time because Sarah just said I'm allowed.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you have her to thank for that.
Oh, my gosh. She's like, I've been given permission, and there you go.
And if you need permission to look adorable,
no,
we're
I've
giving
give
that
you that
too.
to you for sure.
And that's why you ought to be wearing Fabletics, because they are adorable and also really high quality, but also affordable.
Love that. All my favorite things you just mentioned.
I noticed, I was looking at their website, they have really cool stuff for fall and winter, really nice workout clothes, athleisure, but you could wear it anywhere.
For real. Come on.
Because, you know.
Who we kidding?
Who we kidding? I had to get my ring repaired, and like a diamond had fallen out, and I'm like, how do I prevent that? And she was like, do you work out with your jewelry on? I'm like, no, I don't work out. Like, no, but I do work out, but not in the way that she was describing.
Right. So you're not like throwing up weights. Because like the same
Like a
thing happened to
barbell?
mine, and it got bent when I was like deadlifting a lot.
Can you imagine if I deadlifted?
No, I couldn't imagine you deadlifting. Oh, it would be so funny. In
Like
fact, let's just do
CrossFit?
that. Yeah, Susie does CrossFit. That's a hilarious bit.
So you can wear Fabletics whatever degree of working out you are doing or not doing, and they stay really nice, and you can wash them forever, and they still stay super high quality. They are fashion-focused activewear, so you will look nice and feel good, and they have a fantastic deal for our listeners. Fabletics is offering our listeners a deal you don't want to miss. Get 2 leggings for only $24, $99 value when you sign up for the VIP program. Just go to Fabletics.com/braincandy to take advantage of the deal now. That's Fabletics.com/braincandy to get 2 leggings for only $24. Also, free shipping on orders over $49. International shipping is available, and there's no commitment when you purchase your first order. That's Fabletics.com/braincandy.
Yup.
Okay. You said you had a lot to talk about. Would you like to dive in, or do you want me to start? Because I got a lot, too.
Oh,
I know.
It's a battle.
Yeah, who's going to win?
Yeah, so there is one thing that I wanted to get kind of your feeling on, because there's been so many mixed responses.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I like
So
these.
did you see the photo or video of Ellen and George W. Bush at the football game?
Yes.
And then she, like, people were kind of giving her,
Sure.
you know, being like, he kind of like fought against all the stuff you kind of, I don't know, embrace and embody. and your
Yeah.
LGBT issues, things like that.
Yeah.
And so, and I thought, then she came out on, I think it was on the show, and she did like a
whole monologue.
And I was kind of with her on that. And then some celebrities like Reese Witherspoon showed her support. And
But then Reese deleted it.
I know.
Yeah.
Pushed back from a few other actors who were like...
when Ellen did her monologue, what was her argument? She was saying,
I have some quotes. She said,
"Be kind to one another."
Yes. She said, I'm friends with a lot of people who don't share the same beliefs I have. We're all different, and I think that we've forgotten that it's okay that we're all different. Just because I don't agree with someone on everything doesn't mean that I'm not going to be friends with them. When I say let's be kind to one another, I don't mean only the people who think the same way you do. I mean be kind to everyone.
Yeah. And that resonated with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it resonated with me because, like, when I work with people of different beliefs, different faiths, different, political, but, like, I feel like everybody at their core is still a person who wants and needs the same thing. And, like, if we kind of connect on those things, then maybe it softens people's ideas on other stuff because they see, like, that's what it's exposure to different kinds of people and different beliefs and different everything that increases our compassion and acceptance and understanding of other people.
Yeah.
Like, I have a good friend who was like grew up in a Republican household and, was like, didn't really support LGBT issues or like gay marriage. And we became friends. And just from, me kind of talking and sharing with her, and she totally changed, like flipped her opinions on a whole bunch of stuff because she had an open mind.
Absolutely.
And it was like, and now she like proudly says, like, I'm an ally for anybody who, if you need somebody to talk to, I'm here for you. And it's like that's a perfect example.
Totally.
If I were like, nope, I'm not allowed to be friends with you because,
but
you have this belief system.
I am literally
the
you
person
are that too.
you're
describing.
Oh my gosh, correct.
Well, not literally.
Right.
You were talking about someone else.
Yeah.
But I am an example.
You are an embodiment of that exact same kind of thing.
I wrote that article, Why I Left the Right, about my own conversion to a different political viewpoint. And the reason that I did that was because my first husband was liberal, and at that time I was very conservative. And it was from the kindness of him and because he was a political science professor. Yeah. So we were surrounded by folks who aligned with him.
Right.
And they were all very kind to me, even when I espoused views that would be offensive to most liberals about abortion and to some extent gay marriage. And it was their tolerance to me that led me down this new path of like, maybe I got this wrong.
Yes.
And so that's our only hope, really.
I totally agree. And I think when we were, talking a long time ago about the Flat Earth documentary, and in that scene in the end where the guy's talking about the scientist from, I think JPL, is talking about how we need to bridge the gap and we need to like not put these people who are like, conspiracy theorists, flat earthers in the corner and like say, no, they're like whack jobs. And we reach out to them and connect, and then it's amazing how you can change and open up somebody's mind by just like kind of meeting halfway. And
being kind doesn't mean you have to
agree.
No.
Right.
Or even say that it's okay. It's
right.
Sometimes people use the phrase agree to disagree. I don't even know that that's the right way to put it. I'm real open. Like when I'm with conservative folks like my mom and all of my family, I'll be like, that's cuckoo crazy and here's why.
Right.
And sometimes we make some headway.
Yeah.
And sometimes they even show me how I've missed the mark. Imagine, guys.
Imagine. Yeah, you know what? My brother, after he was listening to us talk about, something on the podcast about how sometimes, like, I think it was that test, like, are you a Democrat or Republican, like, based on just some of your beliefs or values or things like that. And often when people take this test, they find out that they align with a different party.
Yeah.
And he called me and he was like, there's one thing that I think if you really knew about it, you might change your opinion on that. I really changed mine on. And he said hunting and how just that whole.
Were you anti-hunting?
I mean, well, I remember when I told you about the book I wrote when I was in elementary school, and it was about anti-littering, and then it was
okay,
like,
but how can a meat eater be anti-hunting?
I get that, but I mean, like for sport or all that kind of stuff, and like maybe just the idea of, and you know, he said there's some like documentaries or information on how even like oh my God, people are going to be like, no, how like hunting in like Africa and like big game hunt, how there are so many like conservation efforts going on, and that's almost like keeping things sustained and keeping those species like populated.
Okay, so you're saying like it's more complicated than simply
totally.
like this is evil.
Yeah, more complicated than that. And like I am not for like shooting an animal and like cutting its head off and putting it on your wall. Like I think that's, you know, cuckoo crazy. You know, but the idea of like, I don't know, some kind of like conservation efforts around, you know, something that could be used. I don't know. It's very complicated.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like, I was like, okay, maybe I can like see things a different way.
I do get the idea though when people push back on Ellen because I do wonder where the line is. That's what
I love you. I love this game that you play. This is like my new favorite game of yours. Where's the line?
My new favorite game. Because would you? Because she said she would not have Trump on her show, which is a different thing. Putting someone on the platform of a TV show is different than just going to a game. And by the way, this is what rich people do. They go to shit where like other people that are gross go.
That's
what are you gonna do?
That was like my argument. Like there are only so many like VIP seats, and what are they going to do? Sit in like Ellen's going to like sit like with the regular people? No.
I mean, that would be really noble if that was her belief that she couldn't even be in a room with someone who was anti-gay marriage, but I'm not sure what good that would do.
Right.
Besides making you sit in a shitty seat.
Yeah.
George would still walk away, anti-gay marriage or whatever. But
Yep. And maybe
I get it.
And maybe he would
people
change his mind. Like, hey, I love sitting next to Ellen. She was so nice. I might just like think twice about, you know.
Yeah. I don't know. I just think almost everyone squawking about it would fucking go to that VIP suite in a heartbeat.
Did they know there's like a buffet there and like open bar? I mean, come on.
Open bar.
Yeah. So you get with that VIP box suite ticket. It's the least they could do.
I do. Booze. I wonder about Ellen though. I didn't like her special where it was just like, I'm rich. Here's why it's funny.
Yeah.
Because then this box suite thing kind of felt like that too.
Oh my God, you're so right. But she was like doing this "I'm rich, but also I'm just like you" thing.
Kind of. And but I couldn't get through it.
I was not a fan either.
And when she's like, "Oh, I don't like people wearing fur," I don't think that's the same, Ellen.
Yeah.
Because she said that in the speech that she gave on the show, the monologue. She was like, I don't like people wearing fur, but I have a lot of friends that do. That's a stretch.
Right.
But
and yeah.
I get the larger point.
Right. Totally. It's just, something to think about.
Something to think about.
Something to chew on.
And another thing you ought to be thinking about is keeping your feet warm because it's getting chilly out there. I saw a tweet the other day that was talking about, like, what are the best socks? Because, like, you have socks, then you run out and you're like, what do I need? And so he, like, asked everybody, and it was sort of unanimous that Bombas are the answer. And I'm super stoked because I just got a bunch of pairs. They have new merino wool socks that I love because they aren't itchy. They're breathable and dry and keep you warm and everything, but they're not itchy. I'm one of those people that has, like, the fabric issue where if they're itchy, forget it. They're going right in the trash. And they're not too thick. They're really, really cute. I got a bunch of pairs to wear with boots as well. They have tons of colors, patterns, all different lengths and styles. It's a great gift. You could put them in people's stocking. It's not too early for that. Save 20% on your first purchase when you shop at bombas.com/braincandy. That's bombas.com/braincandy, BOMBAS. And you save 20%, bombas.com/braincandy. And another cool thing is socks are the #1 requested clothing item in homeless shelters, and Bombas is on a mission to change that. And they're trying to get everybody stocked up. Bombas donates a pair to someone in need for every pair purchased, which is super cool. Can I just say that when you brought up hunting, I wanted to tell you about, I'm sure you saw it. Did you see that picture of the people whose basement flooded with animal blood?
No. What? What? Did I see that? No. Oh my gosh. Oh, that would have been the first thing out of my mouth on this.
Sarah.
It would have been like, hi, welcome to the podcast. What about that animal blood? Oh my God, I can't.
You should see the picture. Because it's like
I'm
5
terrified.
inches of animal blood in their basement.
Where did it come from?
Well, evidently next door to them is a meat processing plant.
Oh my God.
And their whole basement is filled with animal bones, blood, and fat.
Okay, so this is happening, and this recently happened?
Yes.
I would definitely be like, this is some spooky shit. I'm like, the devil is in the house. Like, this has got to be one of the 7 signs of the apocalypse. Yeah, I mean, your basement floods with blood.
Yeah, it's like a biblical plague.
Or I'm like, what? This is fucking poltergeist. We're definitely moving. Our house is haunted.
So
it's like the full moon, and their basement's flooded with animal blood and parts.
Yeah, they had a blood flood.
A blood? Stop it!
And it's so funny. It's not funny, but
blood flood sounds like what happens once a month.
Yeah, right? I get my blood flood all the time. These poor fools came down, and like the picture is so sad.
I mean, I'm going to Google it.
Google it right now because take a look
what
at
do you even Google? I'm terrified to Google animal blood.
Blood fills Iowa family's basement.
Oh my God.
Poor
Gross.
Iowa. As if living in Iowa wasn't punishment enough. By the way,
hey, I love Iowa. It's
I do
beautiful
too,
in the
actually.
fall.
I just wanted to make a joke, but I'm like,
Right.
I fucking love Iowa.
I'm like, actually, that place is really nice.
So nice.
Yeah, I went to, oh no, this is awful. I'm thinking of Ohio.
Ohio's fine too.
I was like, I went to Ohio. Oh, wait. No, I didn't go to whatever you just said.
Like
I'm the worst.
You're like a bigot against the Midwest.
I mean, some
like they all look alike.
Oh, I think I just did that. You're right.
Yeah.
I think I may have just done that. Oh, it's like one of those states, right? Okay, blood fills basement.
Okay, so the picture's hilarious because like next to him is one of those race car beds for toddlers.
Stop it.
Like sitting in blood.
Okay. Oh my God, you're right. Meat Locker helps clean family's blood-filled basement after leak. Well, good.
I
Glad
would
they're
think
helping.
so.
It's the right
but
thing
the
to do.
family said no, they're lying because when he called to tell them, they said good luck. And then
Like, good luck
eventually
with
they
it?
had to do it, but that's what they said to him. Good luck.
Oh my God. Well, they could just take footage of this and use it in the next season of American Horror Story. Because, like, American Horror Story basement. This is like, writes itself.
Yeah, right. It's all the ingredients to a horrible nightmare.
Yes. Oh, that is terrifying.
What would you even do? Because my friend Val that I was with this weekend, he was saying how they have a really old house, and you don't think about all the weird quirks that old homes have. Well, their water heater blew up and filled their basement with water, less horrifying than blood.
Yeah.
However, there's no drain in their basement, so he had to get a bucket and like carry it out.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
You know what? Drains in basements, not a common thing in certain, like, in basement, I've never had a basement, but like garages, all that kind of stuff.
Why?
There's definitely not one in mine.
What? There is.
Do you have a drain in your garage? I bet if you were to go look, you might not find one.
Definitely in the home I grew up in.
Yeah, I think it just doesn't flood.
Well, but we live in California.
I know,
it's
that's
a
what
drought.
I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
That they don't even do that in California because they don't even think about it.
All right, well, I'll have a look around there.
I'm really going to do, like,
just in case.
Do the whole thing at, like, a little bit of a tilt so everything kind of, like, a little bit of an angle. Right. Like, what do they do with that?
I don't know, but what would you do if you lived in a house and, like, you went down to do laundry and then there was just 5 inches of blood?
I mean, I would definitely think
get a
that,
sub pump.
Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know if my first move would be to, like, well, definitely alert my landlord. Step one, or like call 911 because I'm going crazy. Because I would be like, I need to test it. Like, I get a second opinion. I'd be like, am I seeing what I think I'm seeing? Because I just want to make sure that everybody else sees a floor full of blood, and this isn't psychosis.
You for real? That would be your first thought? Like, I need to go see a doctor.
Well, I would need I'd be like, what? It would be very hard to rationalize that. It is totally outside the realm of, like, possibilities of things that would be, usually there needs to be a source. And, like, maybe they had an understanding that they lived next to a meat packing facility or whatever.
They saw this coming.
and they could kind of go, oh, it's probably from there. But
Can you
if it filled
imagine
up
the
in
smell?
mine, I'd be like, what the hell are the downstairs neighbors doing? Or what are they into? We have problems. I think I
Ken
might
and
need to
Barbie
move. Yes.
are up to something.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. We've been having a lot of house drama lately.
You and Ken and Barbie?
Well, I mean, yes, we are the tenants.
And by the way,
they're
that's
like,
their names.
yes,
I'm not just
she's
being
not joking.
silly.
Those are my downstairs neighbors.
What
we have
seems
a
to be the
duplex.
problem over there?
We have our house is for sale.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but we're all on a lease, so they're just like selling it, and then we get to like stay
Have a
there.
new landlord.
Yep.
Yeah.
And the new people who bought it, because they sold it, they were like, "Oh, we love the upstairs." Like they're keeping me. So I made the cut.
I
They're
can't
not
believe
racing.
they actually
Right.
you did a vetting process.
I guess so. They're like,
They love you and they hate Ken
Well,
and
no,
Barbie?
they didn't say that. They just didn't get any info on that. They were just like, "Oh yeah, we'll give you a new lease at the same, rent and all that stuff," which is so nice. But now they're starting to do work on it. And so there was termite damage. So they're like slowly taking the house apart and like rebuilding it with stuff.
God.
But people are at my house randomly all the time, and nobody's like giving me any notice. And like I come out and I look on my patio and I'm like, I'm very particular where everything goes, and everything looks like a movie set and like, or like ready to be photographed for like Pottery Barn magazine. Mm-hmm. And I come upstairs and I'm like, that's not where my chair was. And the pillows don't go like that's not. And
Your pillows.
yeah, like outdoor pillows for like the seating.
Okay.
Like they had been on the deck and like moved stuff around and moved everything. But like I had no idea the patio door was open. I was gone and out of town.
You need fucking cameras. I'm telling you.
Oh my gosh! Why don't I have? I want to install that. I need to install that. I have a whole ring system I need to put up
You
in my new
have
house. Yeah,
to.
yep. I had it up in the old house, and now I freaking have it. I got to put. That's smart. Duh. Why don't I do that?
I would not like that one.
Yeah, I
bit.
don't. And then they don't give like the 24-hour notice or 48, whatever they're supposed to.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what? And they keep the place that they're, oh my God, I'm like, now this is just me venting. This is just like me.
The Sarah
This
hour.
is like, yes. Oh my God, it's so funny. Back to me being an optimist and like, like joy.
I love it. We're switching roles.
Yeah, this is totally that. So this you're going to laugh at. So a lot of the work is being done on the very front of my house and right above my door, my front door. And they always have, like for the last 3 or 4 days, have had a ladder up. I'm superstitious and I've had to walk around it and like carry my bag. Like
You are lying.
Sarah.
Sarah.
I know it's stupid. I know I can't, but then like, there is this instinct in my mind where I'm like, I just got to walk around this ladder, which is so dumb. I totally get it. And then like once I just walked through it, and then I'm like, okay, Sarah, you work on the mind all the time. This is like what you do professionally. Like you understand that what's happening is like you're going to walk under that. And what happens to people who are superstitious is then they look for anything bad to happen, and then they assign the bad thing to like that being
yeah,
that's the
confirmation
reason.
bias.
Yes,
Yeah,
it's totally that. Nothing bad has happened to me. In fact, it's been one of the best weeks ever. So things are fine.
Yeah,
And
maybe you should walk through more ladders.
yeah, maybe. And oh my God, this is so stupid. I did this. When I walked through it, I was like, maybe I got to like walk back
You're
through
so
it. Yeah, I know.
weird.
It's so dumb. I could totally I understand that it's
Okay.
not.
I want to know, Dahlia, do a poll on our Twitter or whatever, asking people what their stupid ass superstitions are.
Yeah.
I won't judge them. I'll totally judge them. but it is fun to hear.
It's so much fun.
Because
Like
some people have really
superstitions.
cute, funny things, and it's like, whatever. It doesn't hurt them
And
at
like,
all.
I don't think I ever talked about it on the podcast, but a long time ago, I have to find this article. I have an article that I meant to share on here about where that superstition comes from of walking under a ladder.
Yeah.
And it's very specific. It's something about a triangle and the shape that it makes and it being like a holy shape and not breaking and it comes from like Egypt that this superstition kind of started. I have to find what the
they
article.
really had a thing about fucking pyramids and
shapes and all that. I'm like
triangles,
super into
basically.
the sacred geometry stuff.
Oh
so.
yeah, that's what
Yeah.
we'll say this is about. The
Yeah.
sacred
That's it. It's my
geometry.
respect for the universal order,
That's
cosmic
all.
order of things. Oh, that's funny.
Well, good luck to you then. I
Yeah.
mean, you're doomed. So,
I know.
Wonder
But at
who's
least
going to be
I
my new
know.
co-host? Who knows? I'm now holding auditions for Sarah's replacement.
Oh my gosh, that's funny.
But if you, I'm trying to think of what I could. Oh, if they steal anything from your house,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
furniture wise, you could get some new Joybird furniture.
Oh my goodness, yes, I could. But I don't even need any because right now I already have a beautiful set.
Yeah, but they're going to steal it because they keep sneaking in there.
Right. I better find out what that coupon code is just in case.
Yes, Joybird is fantastic. As you guys know, I have it all over my house because I love it. Because here's the thing, like the old people that are like, they don't make shit like they used to.
Right?
They really don't.
Yeah, they don't, except
Joybird.
Yes. And I love that pull-out couch you have, which I'm sleeping on tonight, P.S.
Oh, great.
Well,
okay.
I mean, I figured.
I didn't even think about it,
maybe.
but fantastic.
I mean, I might.
She goes, maybe.
Whatever. I don't know what the night will bring. We're already drinking wine.
She's
and
like,
it's
she's reading me and she like sensed that I wasn't enthusiastic enough.
Is this now? Okay, right.
They have over 50 fabric and leather options. I love that they have leather too. Yeah, 3 shades of wood. They just have everything. Tons of silhouettes. And it's really high quality, and they have a lot of pet friendly and kid friendly options, which I try to emphasize because that's really important. Or like if you're clumsy, like it's not just
it's more
pets
like
and kids.
me friendly.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you can create furniture that matches your own fearless style at joybird.com/braincandy. See how Joybird can help you make your dream space a reality today at joybird.com/braincandy. Go to joybird.com/braincandy and receive an exclusive offer for 25% off your first order by using the code braincandy. This is usually when you go,
I know.
25%?
I was saying it in my head because I was like, damn, I
That's
do
a
need to
lot.
get, And I was thinking about the things I wanted to get because there's the sofa I have my eye on. I recently had somebody come over and we were like, I rarely watch TV in the house. It was real fun.
What was it?
And it's so funny. It's like not even like that. It was just like, friendly.
Okay.
And so I was like watching TV, and it is not a comfortable setup for 2 people to watch TV in my house. Like I need a sectional, you know?
Why?
Because like it's designed for like talking and hanging out, and the TV is just in a place that's like above the fireplace, and it's
well,
like 2 you can't. Then. So I'm like I need a sectional, and
there she goes.
There you go. I'm like in my head. I'm like
right.
I'm already picking out the fabrics.
Okay, question.
Anywho.
What do you think about this? I just saw this on Twitter today.
Yeah. Oh, I love it.
There's a phone case you can buy that simulates the feeling of human skin.
Okay.
And you can tickle it and pinch it and stuff for funsies. For funsies.
So like basically we're like practicing foreplay with our phone and not intimate partner. What's that about?
This tells a lot about where you are in your life. I did not think anything about foreplay.
Well,
Sarah.
I don't know. It feels like what do you like?
You're
soft
so
touch tickling and like
there.
What?
Soft touch tickling.
That's what you're describing. What the hell else are you you're like making it feel good for what?
Some people tickle platonically, Sarah.
Oh my god, get out! You're ridiculous. What do you mean? Like what? How can it not be sexual if it's like skin? What is it? What? I don't get it.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Because it's skin, and that's just inherently sexual to you.
I just don't see it be like. Who's the customer base? What are we? Who's
maybe,
like?
I was thinking more like
I'm
creepy,
confused.
like people that like to like be
creepy,
macabre, like sort of like ghoulish.
Yeah,
rather than
because it's almost like a fetish for them.
No, more like they want people to talk about it.
Okay, like, look at my creepy skin suit, like thing.
Exactly.
Okay.
Serial killer.
See, okay, I get what we're talking. We're like,
but that,
this is actually maybe this does show where we are. She's like pen pals with serial killers.
You're so right.
And I'm single and DTF.
Right. You're so right.
Oh my god, that's exactly this. And we say skin, and she thinks suit, and I think foreplay. For heaven's sake,
you guys
this is
like
hilarious.
And I'm judging you. Meanwhile,
she's like, no, like the murder kind, Sarah.
Death, destruction.
Obviously, like it's is yours in your mind dripping with blood?
Okay, but maybe because I did see it.
Okay, that's
take a look at it.
Oh, that might change my opinion.
It doesn't
because
look
in my
sexy
mind,
at all.
What I thought you were going to say is a couple years ago. It was not like a long time ago because it was like iPhone time, and recently they came out with some attachment for your phone that simulates kissing, like a lips.
Oh yes, we talked about that on the air.
So you can kiss somebody. So that seems sexual.
Oh, for sure that is.
Of course. So in my mind, it was like skin. Maybe it came in different hues, like based on whatever.
That is another good point that I didn't think of.
Okay.
Thank you for saying
You're
that.
welcome.
Pull it up.
Okay.
I want you to look at
it.
The
weird things I've Googled today. I mean, blood in basements, and now I'm gonna skin cell phone. I'm terrified to see what Amazon suggests for me and what you should buy this week. Yeah. It's gonna be a murder scene cleanup kit,
or if it's lingerie, you'll know you're on the right track. If it's a shank, right. Then it's
definitely you. Okay, so I'm googling what?
Okay, skin. Google skin phone cover because it went viral. I'm sure it'll come up.
Yeah. Okay.
And see what you think. If you can't
just
find
give me
it,
cool,
I'm sure I have
skins, stickers, those kind of things. That's another thing.
Okay, here, let me show you. Hold on. Oh, here it is. Here it is. I have it right here. Okay. What do you think?
Oh.
It's too thick.
Oh, God. That gives me the heebie-jeebies. There's nothing sexual about that.
See?
It's too lumpy. It's
lumpy. Too textury.
And also, it looks dead.
Uh-huh.
That's what I'm looking at. It doesn't look this is
That's
fucking
why
gross.
I was like, why
it doesn't
is she
look
saying sexual?
Fresh flesh.
Yeah, it's
say that
rotting.
10 times fast.
Fresh flesh. Right, it's rotting. It's a decomposing corpse.
And also when they put the word creepy in we're already
I was primed.
Yes.
Yeah.
If they put there's nothing sexy about this. This is not I redact my previous statement about it being foreplay because unless you're into unless you're a necromaniac.
And who is that for? That's why I thought this is just to get attention.
But it skin makes your phone ticklish and pinchable. But does the phone react to the tickles?
I don't think it does.
So
I think it's more of a
just
sensory experience.
Us being ooh, that feels nice. That's weird. And
and look at the tweet that I saw. It says anyone who gets this is a serial killer.
Oh, okay, there you go.
I was totally primed.
Yeah. It could be that. And me going in with blank slate, it's let's make this sexy.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah. Oh no, not at all. Don't blame.
But who is this market? Is it just one of those things that nobody's buying it? It's just silly.
Well, and
headline.
It kind of makes me think of. So I can understand maybe the sensory, feel you're into that, the ASMR, the hashtag satisfying kind of videos, things like that. And those squishy toys that kids have? Mm-hmm. Is this adult version of squishy toys?
I think it might be.
I think you might be right.
Yeah, where you enjoy just that sensory experience.
Oh. Well, because I get a feeling of enjoyment and release and good, I don't know what it is, from biting.
Oh, yeah. I think that's pretty common.
Yeah. I just read it. Oh, my God. I should have saved this. Why don't I save these things? Mm-hmm. I just read an article that talked about, they had a name for it. It was called the animalistic bite or the something bite that it does give us this dopamine
I can see why.
release.
Yeah,
when we do that.
Mm-hmm.
And I totally get that.
Yeah.
I'm oh, that's fun. Yeah, yes. I don't know what it's like. So maybe there's something like that with a pinching or I don't know. It's gross to me now.
It's not going to stay clean is my thing.
Oh, it must be that weird. I hate that. It's kind of like that same thing that cell phone. There's that sticky thing on cords too.
Yeah, all your hair will just.
I do not like that. What is that?
I don't know.
Yeah, no.
But a lot of kids' stuff is like that, and I'm always like, Link, you need to rinse that. That's gross.
I wonder why they're all germy and sick.
Right. It's because they're skin
Petri
phone
dishes.
covers.
Gross.
Petri dish.
Yeah.
I did read, though, that there was a female serial killer, speaking of the serial killers, found in India. And, I know that it's sad and everything, you guys, okay? But it also kind of makes me happy whenever there's a female one because they're so rare.
And usually it's kind of what's her name?
Aileen Vornos.
Yes. Right. Her, I was going to say her, the character she played,
In Monster, yes.
Where it's because they had been treated awful by men and we're got to
Yes.
I want to know what the...
In this case, she just was aiming to get a property. Mm-hmm. And you know how you in India, there's more of
caste system kind of thing?
Kind of. And she's not getting it if there's a dude in her way.
Oh, right. Oh, she's murdering everyone.
So she murdered a bunch of people to get first in line to this, what do they call that? See, this is what I do on the air. Just an inheritance. But there's the word I was looking for. But I just love that the headline, because she was doing it via poisoning, which is very common with female killers.
Yes.
We're so weird, aren't we?
Well, it's because we want to distance ourselves from the act.
She served them cyanide in soups, snacks and Ayurvedic drinks. And the headline was, "Police say cyanide soup and 6 deaths point to a serial killer." I would say so.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, gosh.
Cyanide soup does point that way, police. Thank you.
Yeah. And like, ew, just like cyanide, that it seems very creepy.
Well, it's the same thing that they used on Jonestown from the jewelers, like.
Oh, right.
So
like
she had like people helping her get it, like jewelers giving her some.
Jewelers out there, maybe like don't go. There should be like that should, it's just crazy to me that like in other states, like marijuana is a controlled substance, but like jewelers are handing out cyanide. Like
they have to have a license to get it as a jeweler. But, like, if you get the license, then over time, you can slowly acquire enough to kill humans.
Okay.
But she was a pillar of her community. This was a woman who her name was Jolly Jones, which is fantastic.
I mean, first of all, Jonestown.
I know,
Jones,
good point.
Like,
Sarah, good point.
You always say people and their last names.
They are destined to murder.
Gosh.
All you Joneses listening, we're on to you.
Oh my gosh, we're over keeping up with you. Now we're looking at you for murder.
But if you do want to keep up with, your own goals, I would recommend Noom, because Noom is fantastic for keeping people accountable and helping people learn good habits.
Yes, just maybe skip the soup.
Skip the soup, especially if you are a woman named Jolly Jones. But they help you make healthier choices and build up your self-worth and give you, if you're like, I want to sleep more, they'll give you tips on how to do so and then hold you accountable to your goals. And I think that's really cool. I like that. And when apps can do things that actually improve my life, I am on board with that. It's a habit-changing solution that helps users learn to develop new relationship with food through personalized courses. And it teaches you why you do the things you do.
I love the new relationship with food. I think that's such a beautiful way to put it.
Because Adam and I were actually just talking about one of his relatives who needs she wants to have a goal in order to lose weight. So like if there's a wedding coming up, she'll lose the weight, but then so you kind of need that idea of like a new relationship with it overall in order for it to be a stick.
This.
Yeah. So it's based on a cognitive behavioral approach, which is fantastic.
Yep.
And you don't have to change it all in one day. Small steps make big progress. Sign up for your trial today at Noom. That's noom.com/braincandy to get where you're going. And what do you have to lose? Visit noom.com/braincandy to start your trial today. That's noom.com/braincandy, the last weight loss program you'll need. How about that?
It makes me so excited to see like just the future of like the relationship with the mind and the body and how we're learning more about that.
Yeah, we're getting
people
better.
Are so open to, going to a therapist and talking about that and emotions and like, I think there is hope.
I know. I always try to hang my hat on those things to make me not feel so bad about the world.
Maybe because I haven't been. I don't have TV anymore, so I haven't been watching, and that's not on. I used to wake up every morning to either ESPN or CNN on, and just be bombarded with all that shit.
Yeah, that's how I feel about Twitter. And Adam's become really active on Twitter, and he was like, "This is depressing." So it's do you immerse yourself in it to be? What's the word? Just aware and engaged, or do you avoid it and be happier, but then you're ignorant? I don't know.
There's
maybe it's a balance.
Happy medium. Yeah. To be able to engage in conversations about it, and I get to talk to you, and you talk with people about these ideas and things like that, but not to become obsessed or become that's all you got to take a break.
If it becomes your identity,
right.
That's not healthy. Yeah, so there you go. That's the female serial killer and skin phone case stories for you.
Gosh, that's gross.
Did I tell you I saw the Yesterday movie, changing the subject?
Yeah. What's the...
Did
is
we
that
talk
the
about
Beatles
it?
one?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, where the guy goes back and wait...
So he gets head trauma, but
okay, yes.
But also the whole world lost power for a minute, and that's why he fell off his bike as a result, and that's why he got a head trauma. But so then when he woke up, nobody had ever heard of the Beatles.
It gives me chills.
I know.
Why do I love this so much? I haven't seen it. Why also haven't I seen it?
I loved it. But, I mean, I do just love the Beatles, so I was bound to love it. Mm-hmm. But I just wanted to say that one thing that was really cool that I didn't think of was that if there were no Beatles, that John Lennon would still be alive.
Oh.
And so he goes to see John Lennon.
Oh my gosh, now I really have
right?
goosebumps. Oh my God, look at my arms. It's like I don't know why this does this to me.
And I thought, first of all, I never thought of it that way, that if he had never been in the Beatles, he would not be dead. He wouldn't have been murdered.
Yeah.
And the idea of like I never shared the earth with this man, and it like I'm still sad. I miss him.
Me too.
But anyway, that was cool. I like that.
Yeah.
Another funny thing about it was that he was like Googling like Beatles, and it would just come up with the actual insect.
Beetle, right? Like, did you mean Beetles?
Yeah,
right?
and then
so
he
funny.
Googled Oasis, and they didn't exist either, which is hilarious if you are familiar with music.
Because don't they say that like
they are only in existence because of the Beatles?
Oh my gosh,
the stuff like that was really fun.
But tell me about that, because I don't really know about the Oasis Beatles.
I mean, they're just they're just they were trying to replicate.
Yeah, and now that you say that, I get it.
Yeah.
I've never heard this before.
Oh.
And you know what? I don't like Oasis.
Oh, why?
I know. I can't stand that song. The
Wonderwall.
Yes.
What?
I don't know what it's. I don't know.
Is it too British for you?
No, it just seems like. I mean, I think I did like it a lot, but I don't know. It just seems like, I think maybe it's because like I dated a guy and it was like our song kind of thing, and then maybe it became like overplayed for me, and then I was like, I just don't like I just don't. They seem whiny.
Don't worry, they like themselves enough.
Yeah,
but they hate each other, which is
correct.
Super fun.
Oh my God!
Did you ever see their behind the music?
No, but I did listen to Howard Stern interview one of them, and it was great.
But how? Because what I was going to say about the behind the music is that the whole thing was in subtitles because they are.
Oh, you can't understand a word.
I don't know how you listen to that. It was unintelligible.
I mean,
you could make it out.
Yeah,
I mean,
but I knew exactly who it was when I was like, oh yeah, that's
and they just hate each other. But they really just believed that they were as talented and that they were going to match the amazingment.
Impossible. Yeah.
But anyway, you should see the movie because it's real cute.
You know how they say like elephant? Well, I mean they've said this with elephants, but also with like people that trauma is can be like passed down from different generations. Have you heard this before?
I have. What's that about?
Well, it just makes me think of maybe that's why I get goosebumps when I think about John Lennon dying, because my mom, when John Lennon died, she said she locked herself in a room for like a week and bawled her eyes out. And almost like when I think about her, I can like feel her in that moment
pain.
Crying and like see my mom like that. And she was like one of the Beatles fans who like went to the concert, cried, and like passed out. She was like that screaming fan. Mm-hmm. And I could totally see my mom being like that.
When I was just with my mom in Pittsburgh, I almost asked her what it was like when John Lennon was murdered. And I didn't, because, you know what, I did maybe share the earth. Wasn't he killed in 80? Okay, but anyway.
I don't know. I have no idea when.
I think it was 1980, but whatever. Mm-hmm. Regardless, I thought, I'm not asking her because she'll be like, I don't know. I didn't even care. Like, plus she had like 5 little kids. So you know how you lose decades. Like I know people that have a bunch of kids, like there'll be an entire decade. They just have no recollection of.
That's so funny.
So I didn't bother. But if you have a story about John Lennon, feel free to share with me.
I tried to talk to my mom about like fashion from the 80s or fashion from the 90s. She's like, I don't know. I was in Italy that whole time. That's always like her, like I wasn't into American culture. So she like missed out on like what I think is like such a cool decade of like American like culture.
How long was she there, for Pete's sake?
For a long time. From the time she was like 18 to I think 11 years, 12 years.
What was she doing there, Linda?
She was a tour guide. And she's also in love with an Italian.
Oh.
Yeah.
Were they together the whole time?
I don't think the whole time. But yes.
Wow,
shout out to Marco.
Shout out to Marco. See, usually I've been annoyed by your shout outs. Not this time. Wonder where he is.
Yeah.
She should hunt him down.
I'm sure she has. You know what? She definitely had, because I met him once. Like as an adult.
Sarah?
Yes. I was like 15 and we went to a party, and Mark, like it was in Italy, and she was, yeah.
What was he like?
Like everything you think a dreamy Italian man would be, like tall, dark, and handsome, and like, like he was just like the guy, like, I think he wouldn't have kids, so she was like nah, I'm out. I want to have babies. And went back to America.
Wow.
Met my
Big
dad.
mistake there.
Yep. And was like, and then here I am.
I hope that she regrets that.
She
no
does.
offense to you.
No, she does. She says that. She was like, yeah, I just married the first guy who would have kids with me because I was like dying to have kids.
Well,
Yeah, don't do that, people.
all right, we're out of here.
Oh, we're out?
Well, we got to go to dinner,
Oh,
man.
we do. Oh, gosh, this was fun. I love you.
It was fun. We covered a lot of ground.
We sure did.
And then Sarah talked about removing the ground and bringing out the light. So maybe the next episode it'll be less death.
There was a lot of death in this. But you know, 'tis the season.
That's
Spooky
what I was
season.
thinking. It's perfect
We're
for
fine.
October.
It's totally great. Skin suits, all that. Serial killers, murder.
See you next
Bye.
time. Bye. This podcast is brought to you by Wave Podcast Network. Check out all of our shows, including the Brain Candy Podcast, I Don't Get It, Coffee Convos, and Let's Talk About It.